This is Krata Lightblade, and welcome back to my channel. Well then, we finished the previous Let's Play, and I have decided to start a new one. The last one took a while, hopefully this one won't take quite so long. And I've decided, as you can tell, that I'm going to play Tropico 4 this time around. Because, well, let's face it, I want to be the El Presidente. Now, we're going to be playing with a couple of special requirements for me. In specific, I am going to be attempting to run a military junta as best as I can. It's a style of Tropico I haven't tried before, and I don't know how well it'll work out, but we're going to see. And I have to attempt to be as successful as I can while maintaining the oppressive jackboot of my military upon my people. Now, as you can tell, I have created a new profile for this. This is my Let's Play profile, and I have played quite a bit of Tropico 4. I've played through most of the campaign, I've played quite a bit of the sandbox, and I've played several games of the older Tropico games as well. So I am somewhat experienced with Tropico, but I admit it has been a while, and hopefully this game will be interesting to watch. Alright, so why don't we just get started? We're going to go for a sandbox game. I could go for a campaign, but I feel that the campaign is basically just the same thing over and over and over with different variations depending on which mission we're running. So I felt that perhaps a sandbox game might be more appropriate for this. We'll see how it goes. Now then, I don't have any particular preference on what island we go for. There are a lot of options, and, well, I don't really have a particular preference, so I'm just going to go with random. I believe that, okay, that is just going to randomly allocate everything, I suppose. Now, I hope that I will still get to design my El Presidente, because that is always entertaining. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Apparently it is a random map that I can customize the same way I could the old ones. So why don't we do this? We're going to make it a slightly smaller than normal island. Slightly smaller with, let's see, I want to have high mineral deposits because I'm going to be going for a, well, forced labor camp feel, I suppose. With elevation, we'll leave that in the middle, and vegetation, let's make it a, I don't want to make it too easy on myself. We'll go with about that setup. It's a moderate difficulty, it says. Let's generate it and see what it would look like. That might actually be a little too small, so why don't we make this a little bit rougher this way. Let's see. Ooh, now that's an interesting setup. I like the giant lake in the middle, but I admit it might make things a little too difficult, but no, you know what? I like this. This is what we're going to go with. So, hopefully, my ability to, well, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. This has got a lot of potential. So we're going to go forward with this. Political stability, I'm going to knock that down a notch to average. We're going to go with average political stability. World economy, we're going to knock that down just a little bit as well. Actually, knock it up a little bit. Tourism, tourism is not going to be a particular strategy for me, but that might change over the course of the game. I'm actually going to knock this down to just average for that. Game length, let's go for 40 years. No, let's make it the full 50 years. Nope, not population, I'm sorry. Game length. We'll go for the full 50 years. I doubt I'm going to last that long. Population. Starting population, let's go ahead and start with just 50 people. That's a little bit harder. And then for random events, what the heck, we'll have a normal frequency of random events. Let's see. Prominent faction, no. Free elections, goodness God, no. We are absolutely going to be rigging every election that we actually allow to go through. Far away place, maybe. Immigrants out, no. We're going to need to have a few immigrants, definitely. Rebel yell, I'm going to turn that on. That is going to make things entertaining. God mode, I'm obviously not going to turn on. Faraway Place and Rebel Yell look good to me. Now, modern times, I've actually never played with this. I have all the DLC for Tropico 4, but I have not played with a lot of the DLC very much, so I suppose we're going to have to see how it turns out. We're going to leave it on, though, and then we're going to go forward, and we're going to design our own avatar. I mean, you could go with any of these. They're all fine. I prefer designing my own. So, go forward. Male costume. No, I need to have my, let's see, Generalissimo, obviously. Let's see here. Asian, fair, dark brown. This is interesting. You know what? I like the olive. I like that. That works. Now for a hat. Clearly, we are going to have the general hat, but I want to look at some more of the other. Oh, commie hat. Interesting. Mobster, bowler, pirate. You know, I like the Castro. We'll go with the Castro. Hairstyle. And you're not going to see much of it, so it won't really matter. But we'll go with that for now. For accessories, let's see. What do we have? A pipe, cigar, sunglasses, normal glasses, secret agent glasses, king glasses, well, Elvis glasses, monocle and pipe. I like the secret agent glasses. For a beard, absolutely we're going to have a beard. Let's see, what options do we have here? You know what, I'm going to go with that one. That works. And a mustache, yes. Let's see. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. And this is going to be who we are. Let's see. Our name will be Krata Lightblade is fine. For our background, let's see. As I said before, I'm going for a sort of military feel. So that's definitely what I'm probably going to be, Generalissimo. Yes. Well, actually, wait, War Hero, what is that one? That would actually mean I would be better off with my own character in combat, whereas Generalissimo would boost my other soldiers. Actually, we're going to go with Generalissimo because the lower liberty will actually possibly help us keep our people from realizing the state we're putting them in. Now, our rise to power, obviously, we were military. We created a military coup, clearly. I love this description as well. In the new edition of Tropico's Dictionary of Military Blunders, the description for a failed military coup has been replaced with your name. You failed in taking power by force so many times that one merciful Caribbean tyrant took pity on you. He ceded the poorest island in the region to you. It has very low democratic expectations. Our military is going to like us better. Yes, this works very well, because we're going to be needing a lot of military. Obviously, our traits are going to reflect that as well. Let's see here. Not administrator, not bureaucrat. Charismatic is always nice, but no. These are all level 1 traits for now, because obviously I have not played anything on this account before. I have played on my own personal profile, but those traits don't carry over. And let's see, East Point graduate. Let's see, that actually works very well for a first trait, because it's it means that basically we graduated from Tropico's own East Point College, which is a military college, obviously. Let's see, what is next? Paranoid? Maybe. Actually, yes, paranoid is necessary because we are absolutely going to be very, very worried that everyone is going to try to kill us. Because they are going to try to kill us. All of them. And a veteran, which means that we fight better and our military likes us better. This basically means that we're not going to have a very hard time making the military like us at all. And that's good because they're going to be a huge segment of our population. And this is what we're going with. Straight up military avatar. And here we go. One cannot accomplish anything without fanaticism. Not entirely sure I agree with that idea, but we'll take your word for it. All right, I'm going to immediately pause the game because we need to look around our island. Let's see. Ooh, that's an interesting rock formation, and we have a ancient ruins that we can use as either a museum or an excavation site. Those are always handy. Let's see here. Take a look around. Okay, our little area of the map looks kind of nice, actually. This is actually very interesting. This is not as rough terrain as I thought it would be. That's good to know. Good to know. Now, let's look over here towards the volcano area. This volcano will almost certainly erupt given some time. We have a interesting little strip of beach there. Alright, let's look down this way. This way is where all the elevation must have gone to. That's actually alright, because it's a good ways away from where we will set up most of our city. So the volcano erupting might actually not hurt us too much. Because it will erupt, I believe I've said that a couple of times. Now, we're going to go to our overlays first to look at our natural resources. All metals. Let's see. Looks like there's some up this way. That would be iron, I believe. Yep, iron and gold. That's handy. No bauxite on the map. Is that what I'm seeing here? No bauxite? Alright, well, no bauxite is fine. Salt. We have a salt deposit here and here. Those are good. Those you can make some money with that. Oil deposits. Ooh, quite a bit of oil in the ocean and one deposit on land. That can be handy as well. Our fishing resource looks really good, obviously. It always does at the start of the game. That changes. Logging, of course, just shows us where we have the best trees. Pasture areas, this shows us where the best places to put our pastures are. I want to apologize for the resolution. I set the game on windowed mode for this session. I may actually alter that if it looks too cluttered.
And Europe have hit an
Sunny.
all-time low point.
Perhaps we should consider presenting the King and Queen of Europe with a generous gift.
Our diplomats already tried this, but the European Post returned the package.
Damn those meddling spies.
Apparently, the Europeans do not approve of us. We can actually look at our almanac here. This has all of our information. We can see here that the EU does not care for us very much at all, but the China and Middle East are fine with us, and the US and USSR do not really care that much. Let's actually check our factions as well. If you look here, our militarist faction is 100%. They say we have a sufficient army, and we have more soldiers than rebels. That's good. Plus, we have all these bonuses for having been gotten into power with a military coup, being a Generalissimo, and being a veteran. Those all help. Let's see, the communists also like us, but this is all going to change as well. Loyalists currently are not our biggest fan, but that is only because we have not currently set up the things that prove that we are the best leader. And we're going to do that eventually. Right now, the nationalists, they're the ones who think that Tropico is the best place ever, and they are basically going to be upset if we don't treat it like it is. So, right now, let's see, we have one dock with 4 uneducated workers living in it. We have our palace here, which has 4 soldiers. That's good. Here we have 2 bunkhouses. That's interesting. A shanty. Okay, so we actually do start with some housing. That's interesting. And my mouse seems to have frozen. I will be back momentarily. I apologize for this. And welcome back. Sorry about that. Now, as we look around, we can actually see all of our little people floating around. This man here, for example, this is Camilo Castro. He likes walking. He's very unhappy right now. Well, he's not very unhappy, but he will be. He needs to satisfy a bunch of needs. Now, how we do that, of course, is we offer them buildings that allow them to do that. For now, they pretty much just have workplaces and home, as well as a couple of farms making corn so that our people can eat. Looks like we're going to end up clearing this area out eventually. Right now, though, the very first thing you always need to do is you need to run a road from your dock to the rest of your city. You do that with the build menu. Go to our infrastructure, build a road starting here, and then run it alongside the dock like so. Now then, that road will allow us to have trucks move back and forth from the dock to the city. Currently, I don't think we have a garage, so I'm going to have to build one of those as well, because garages, as it turns out, are kind of where the cars live. And we're going to go ahead and put our garage right up against it there. And let's see, yes, these bunkhouses and shanties are going to have to go eventually. They are terrible housing quality. They are not, they don't actually have a lot of people. They really aren't worth it. And also the shanties, as you can see, don't even charge rent, which is not good for us. We want a way to recoup the costs of these buildings. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to alter the wages of everyone who works for us. I believe that I can do this like so, bringing the wages up to 6, and then set the wage for all uneducated workers to 6, and then all of our bunkhouses will charge $2 of rent per month. Our people will only spend 1/3 of their money in rent, so $2 being 1/3 of $6 is the good place to start. Now, our soldiers, being educated, they're going to want to be a little bit better paid. I'm going to put them up to 12. All high school workers will go to 12. And then you go here, and I set soldiers to 13. Our soldiers will be better paid than anyone else on our island. And that is very, very important, because our soldiers are our lifeblood. Now, what else do we need? We have $19,000 left. We need to start our prep for making money. I'm thinking we start with a logging camp, and we can start with a logging camp right here. We're going to go and put a logging camp here, and we're going to leave them on clear cut for now. Later that might change, but for now we just want to clear out as many of these trees as we can, because we're going to need that area for building anyway, and actually getting to sell off the logs is much better than not. We also are going to want a fisherman's wharf, because we want to have an ability to, well, fish for food. And that's going to put, I'm going to put one down here. I'm going to put another one up here. That will mean that we have a little bit more leeway with, I don't think I can put it over this way, can I? Because it'll run right into the, there you go. That'll work. And then I'm going to make sure that they have roads extending over to them as well, because that way the people who work there can get back and forth to work more easily. Let me see here. Get this to go like so. There. And that way the people can get back and forth to work a little bit faster with the roads. And then I'm going to go ahead and start with our first bit of housing development. We're going to have a tenement. Yes, our people could do better than this, but they won't. So, actually, I can also alter the appearance of the building. I'm going to go with this for the first tenement. I'm not going to put it anywhere near the palace. El Presidente does not want to look upon these buildings. Tenement rent will be $2 as well, but they hold a lot more people. As you can see, a bunkhouse will hold 3 families, 2 adults and then an infinite number of children. A shanty, like this one, holds 2 families but charges no rent. A tenement will hold many more families. They actually hold the largest number of families available in the game. Now, I think that that's a good place to get started from, but I still have some money left over. I'm thinking that we are going to go ahead and want to jump right into more ways to make money. That salt mine was right here, wasn't it? Yes, look at that. So why don't we go ahead and set up a salt mine? I don't believe it needs to be right on the deposit, but I do want to put it next to the deposit. Actually, I don't remember exactly whether it needs to be on the deposit, but we'll split the difference and put it right here at the end of this road. This may be a little bit expensive, but it will be worth it in the long run. Also, we may need a new construction office, because as it turns out, these things are just ever so slightly, our people are ever so slightly lazy. And there, and then we're going to want more Teamsters, but that can wait for a while. Now I'm going to unpause, and we will see how things progress. Let's see. Also, some of you may have noticed I have turned the music off for this game. As much as I enjoy the music for Tropico, I don't know how that works with the content ID matching and all that sort of thing, and I prefer not to risk it. I'm going to go ahead and set the logging camp to higher priority, because, as it turns out, that's a good way to make early money. I'm also going to set this fisherman shack to high priority. Everything else can wait. And then I'm going to kick up the speed a little bit to the fastest possible speed. As you can see, there's a construction truck dropping off people to go and build our logging camp. These are our little constructors here. And you can, I'm going to slow this down a little bit and zoom in some. You can actually see